So this is my post-fight reaction to Gervonta Tank Davis versus Lamont Roach, and I'm gonna get straight into it. Lamont Roach came out firing on all cylinders. He did exactly what he said he was gonna do in this fight. He didn't get hurt by Tank's power, didn't get affected at all. He came out firing early in the first round. I seen the scorecards they had on the telecast, and they definitely was doing Lamont Roach a disservice, saying that he wasn't winning rounds until the fifth, fourth round and stuff like that, and he only had 2 or 3 of the first 8 rounds or something. Like, man, come on, man. Let's be real. Like, Lamont Roach was in there giving Tank a very hard time. The power that Tank was throwing at Lamont Roach was nothing because it wasn't really effective. He really couldn't affect Lamont Roach. He couldn't put any combinations together. His jab was doing very well, but he tried to rely on Tank's been fighting lazy, man, to be honest with you. He fought lazy. He doesn't throw the combinations lately. He's been getting around with catching guys with just the one punch. But then when you can't get the guys with the power and you got to go in there and box, he likes to cut corners a lot of times. And I knew with him having extra trainers around this time that he was going to have to really focus in and dial in. You can't really just have a whole bunch of trainers you're working with, you're familiar with, and you go out there and have a sloppy performance. And me looking in, and also, with him, the weight cut lately, I feel like that was just, all these things is playing into his performance, and people not looking into this stuff. When people bring this stuff up during the daily, a lot of people don't understand, but Lamont Roach was he was strong in this fight. And he's not a power puncher like a lot of other guys that's at 35. So that shows you what Lamont Roach is actually able to do. And he has a chin. And this goes to show Lamont Roach has a better chin than Ryan Garcia. He was able to take the shots better than Ryan Garcia was from Tank Davis. Is that because of the weight draining thing that people talk about? That people say isn't effective? Because from what I seen in this fight, it seems like it is effective in a good ways and bad. More bad than good. But Lamont Roach came out here and put on an excellent performance. You got people out here that don't know how to score a fight and stuff like that. That's why I said, bro, I'm not into scoring fights no more. I'm not into breaking down fights like that for real no more. I mean, I do it sometimes, like I did with this Lamont Roach fight when I told everybody he was going to go 12. I'm not really into breaking down fights like that no more because, people don't really know the ins and outs of boxing. They just picking out who they feel is going to win, and a guy who been knocking a whole bunch of people out before, they gonna try to guess that he gonna knock somebody out again. It don't take a rocket scientist to come up with that answer, but it takes a rocket scientist to come up with an answer. What's gonna happen when he don't knock the person out? And how is he winning fights with just a left hand? Come on now, like, let's be real. See, a lot of things that people been saying over the last couple of months, a couple of years, it's gonna backfire because he really didn't have a good performance, man. Really coming into this fight. To be honest with you, the Frank Martin fight wasn't really a good performance in my eyes. People overlooked that because he got the knockdown. But I think people like to overlook certain things they want to overlook because certain guys get in the ring and they say they don't look good, they just got power. But what if this is the case with Tank in this fight with Lamont Roach? Lamont Roach won this fight, man. I'm just being real with y'all. Lamont Roach won this fight off everything. You can't walk a guy down like Tank for 12 rounds and say that he lost again. It's the second time somebody done walked Tank down for 12 rounds and they lost. They did it with Eastside Cruz, talking about the fight was close and he a star or he need to do this and this. Now with Lamont Roach, they say he was a bum and he wasn't that good and he's a 130 and he going to sleep. What round? And every time I seen Lamont Roach talking about he was believing in himself, people talking about, oh, what round he going to sleep? And I'm just thinking to myself, I'm like, Lamont Roach, he might be at 130, but that don't mean he don't got no chin. And now we got things coming out talking about Tank Davis was saying that he had hair grease in his eye. So if people don't know, around the 9th round, Tank Davis ended up getting caught with a shot. He hit the ground, took a knee, and then got up like he is in this picture right here, runs to the corner, and asks them to wipe his face off in the middle of the fight. So he stops the fight in the middle of the fight and says, I got grease in my eye from his hair. So his hair is causing grease issues now. And he got grease in his eye, so he had to stop the fight and go to a knee and everything. Bro, that's a knockdown, man. Like, once you sit out here and take a knee voluntarily, that's a knockdown in any fight. I mean, even if somebody takes a knockdown with blood in their eyes, you know how many people have blood in their eyes in a fight and took a knee down? And I don't know if people seen this, but I would play the clip right now, but I'm not going to pull it up right now. But I'm just going to say that you can look this up. The clip is online right now. But the man clearly took a knee, bro. Lamont Roach was rocking Tank in this fight. If you go back and look at the highlights, hopefully they do Lamont Roach some justice when it comes to these highlights. He's not a power puncher, so I'm hoping that they will put the power shots that he was landing onto this, because, bro, he dog walked Tank tonight. Walked forward against Tank. Dominated against Tank. He took all the risk in the fight. And he got all the rewards except for a judge's vote on the scorecards. Those scorecards they had tonight, horrible. You telling me all these fights that people been breaking down, from Bitterbill to all these other fights the guys had, now all of a sudden we get to this fight, don't nobody know how to score a fight? That's why being a face of boxing and stuff like that, yeah, it's good for you, but when you're an opponent and you're not the face of boxing, and you don't have a lot of people invested in you like a Tank Davis does, then yeah, you're not gonna get the rewards that a Lamont Roach should have got tonight in a fight like this. At the end of the day, man, when you fight these guys who are the faces of boxing and stuff, you're not gonna win a fight unless you win every round and get a knockout. So what's the use of actually fighting these guys? I heard people saying recently, oh, what happens if Tank goes to Turkey, over there with Turkey at? They gonna actually put the right score out there. That's what's gonna happen. What happened when they go over here? Lamont Roach gonna get robbed. That's what's gonna happen over here. Lamont Roach got robbed tonight. You got a lot of people that making excuses about it. That's why I say all that trolling and stuff. People say if Shakur Stevenson would have looked like this tonight, people would be trolling. If Devin Haney would have looked like this tonight, they'll be trolling. If it was Keyshawn that looked like this, they would be trolling. Everybody, if it was Wilder that looked like this, they will be trolling. So at the end of the day, I don't have any sympathy for anybody, because this right here just shows that people wasn't ready for a moment like this. They thought this never could happen. You know what I'm saying? Like the arrogance of these people. Oh man, this ain't gonna never happen, man. Lamont Roach, he ain't got no chance. He a champion. Yeah, he a champion. That's why Tank fight him, because he a champion, but he get knocked out in the first round, 5th round. He get knocked out. This goes to show that the talent level Tank been fighting ain't it. Somebody got to explain that Ryan Garcia situation. Why Tank Lamont Roach looking better than Ryan Garcia? Lamont Roach looked better than Ryan Garcia did. Can anybody explain that? I'm just asking. Lamont Roach looked better than Tank Davis did. And people don't understand, they can't break down the fight now. So with the power that Tank has, if he got walked down for 12 rounds and couldn't knock out a guy, he win the fight? I'm just trying to break it down as dumb as I can. I'm not trying to have it to a high grade level to people got to understand. So I'm just wondering, the guy with some of the most power in boxing got walked down for 12 rounds and he won the fight? Okay. Took a knee and everything. Somebody had grease in his eye. All kind of stuff. I mean, and they gave it a draw? Man, this fight went no draw, man. Shout out to Lamont Roach, but the average boxing fan can't break down a fight. The average fan who's a fan of certain boxers definitely don't feel like they even need to break down a fight. You know, when they was doing the Haney versus Lomachenko fight, everybody can break down that fight very well. Lomachenko wasn't walking down Devin Haney for 12 rounds like Lamont Roach was doing. But y'all know how to break down that fight, right? Bivol wasn't walking down Bitterbill for 12 rounds in none of the fights he had. But hey, they was able to break that fight down, right? Okay. I don't know. But I just know this. The truth is now starting to come out as far as people that have been biased and trolling. Yeah, we're gonna see who really want to tell the truth in boxing these days. We're gonna figure it out.